Hey guys! So I'm doing a chakra removal session today. This is for Samara, and we're going to be focusing on really enhancing the heart portal and bringing that energy forward, bringing balance to all the other chakras and intertwining those frequencies more into the heart. So it's going to be a really wonderful experience, Samara. It's going to make you feel a lot lighter, a lot more connected with love energy, heart, and a lot higher frequency experience. So I'm going to go ahead and relax here. Samara is open-minded to sharing the session openly. She's not on the other side of this video, so I'm going to be doing this all at a distance. So I'm going to go ahead and relax here, Samara, and get connected with your spiritual atmosphere. And then we'll get started. Just relaxing my energy field. And welcoming in higher consciousness of love to expand Samara's heart, to expand her connection with higher vibrations, to help her feel grounded, to enhance her psychic connection. And I welcome higher consciousness to guide me through this experience. Everything is very patient right now, so there's no need to go at a fast pace. We're just really allowing the vibrations to be very relaxed, patient, meditative, which is just opening a gateway to so much more. Is when we slow down, we access so many more details than when we're in a hurry. We just access so many more details when we slow down. So through slowing down, we raise our vibration through enhancing our experience. This has been a really amazing theme that I'm experiencing from the universe lately, is the power of patience and how powerful that frequency alone is slowing things down. It's the Om frequency as well. And it's just amazing at what you can access when you slow it down. And we're getting started here in this method. They're also talking to me about the power of grounding. And to be grounded is also to be patient. It's also to be deep in meditation even. But you can still live your life and feel grounded. I'm experiencing what is your feet, and this is very typical for me to a grounding technique is to experience your feet and your lower body, your legs all the way up to the hips, and then the torso. It becomes like a tree. And then your arms and the upper body kind of become like branches out into the universe. And so we allow this expansion to take place while also having this solid core, right? This solid connection here. And I just grow that right on down. But I don't just grow it into the core of the earth. I grow it to a space that's even beneath the surface, beneath the earth's core, beneath the other side of the planet. I just keep growing it until I reach a really deep grounding energy, I don't know what it is, but it's a really intense sort of magnetic orb. I don't know. It's silvery looking, and it can give off a blue radiation of energy and light, but it's very solidifying for me to experience it. So I just keep growing you right on down, 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 even beneath the earth, and just wrap your energy around that beacon and continue to grow you above the planet. So you're like grounded in the planet and beyond the planet, and you're just growing and growing and growing. So while I'm saying that, I'm actually experiencing this in your spiritual atmosphere as the first part of this journey, is allowing yourself to feel truly grounded, is also connected to everything. And again, to be connected to everything, you only truly experience that when you slow down. And the world that we live in is not really promoting a slow lifestyle. It's promoting, we got to get stuff done yesterday. Whatever we got to get done in 2 weeks from now, we really should get done yesterday. Like, everything is really all about now, 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 now. I want my life to change overnight. I want to win the lottery. I want everything to be good. But we don't think about the process of living and how wonderful it can be. Because the process of living these days, we don't like to feel it. It feels like too much. And so if we keep moving forward really, really fast, we can kind of override anything that doesn't feel good. But they're telling me to slow down and to really experience what is in between the moments. And all that, whatever doesn't feel right about life, it doesn't have power, because in between what doesn't feel right, we're seeing the value of what is. And this world is full of so much beauty. This is all energetically gifted right now to you, Samara, but I can tell this is also being energetically gifted to all viewers. If you want to experience grounding, then welcome yourself to feel a part of this. Samara is sharing this experience for a reason, so it's a collective gift. We're learning from her soul, we're sharing love and healing with her soul, enlightenment, but we're all a part of this. We're all a part of each other. This is really important for the chakra removal session. The chakra removal is really just heart enhancement. And then allowing everything else to just take a step back. It doesn't mean it goes away. We need to be all that we are. Sometimes our mind likes to be at the forefront. Sometimes we aren't speaking from the heart, we're just speaking. What are we really talking about? And often it's just superficial junk that comes from our heads. So we're not living in our heart. And so when we do chakra removal, or at least when I do chakra removal, I am creating a lifestyle in the heart, and everything else just needs to just relax and soften vibrationally. Because we can truly only see the value of love through our heart. And our third eye truly only sees the expansion of the infinite universe through the heart. So we need the heart to be at the forefront. Because psychic development, psychic wisdom, enlightenment, our soul, our higher self, everything in creation, we have a portal here in our heart that gives us access to everything we need. Our emotions can feel very human if we don't allow our heart to help us through them. Our sexual experiences can feel very dormant and dull and very human and boring if we don't allow our heart and the vastness of spirit to be a part of that very sacred connection. That's why heart is so important. I'm sending more of your energy downwards. This would just be energy that's out of balance, or just the frequency goofs. I don't know how you would, I just feel it. It's just bulbous and it's kind of random stuff. Energy, frequency, just random stuff. So I'm just sending it like from above all the way down. Like all the way down, 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 through the trunk of you, through into this sort of like silvery space. It's like a ball. It's like a heavy ball down there below the earth. Is it a planet or is it an energy space? I experience it as an energy space. But maybe there's a real magnetic field or something down there that's very solidifying. I don't know how to describe it as a human being other than it feels good. And it does it for me. It grounds me. Letting go of more what no longer serves your purpose. I have nothing to define specifically what this is. There's just frequencies that are they're just random, like hairs and wild goofs. Energy goofs. I don't know how else to describe it. So it's clearing out around the head region, the shoulders, and then also from the heart. It's just clearing it out. Nothing else to explain about it other than it's just energy that's no longer serving your purpose. So it's just clearing out, okay? This is all happening with this grounding portion of the experience because you're requesting grounding, but you're also requesting psychic enhancement. And so your chakra removal and your heart expansion is really intertwined with this. You tell me that there's some wise part of you, and I see the images there's one you standing here, and you tell me that you want to go beyond yourself. So I see a version of you walking out of your body like a spirit or a soul that is leaving the body, but that's not necessarily happening. So I just simply see two of you right now, and we're going to continue to learn more about what this is and what this means and why you are choosing this. What this means to this higher part of your soul or your higher self. You tell me that, okay, let me see here. How am I going to explain this one? You feel sad and you look at yourself, you look at your human body and you say she's not good enough and she's never going to be good enough. And I feel that inside my soul. I feel like she needs more. She needs something to perfect herself more. And the spirit of you is tired of that. Is tired of that experience, and doesn't want to participate in it anymore. Which is actually you not wanting to participate in it anymore. And perhaps, Samara, you're not like aware of it, blatantly aware of it on this level, but a deeper part of yourself feels this way. And I think that you could say that a deeper part of you might be able to put your finger on feeling that way as well. I think that's kind of common. A lot of people are trying to really be the image for this world, and it's hard to keep up with that expectation. But there's something about the way you're doing it that's too much. That's overdoing it. It's more just too human, and it's too almost. I would define it as because it's not your spirit, then it becomes like a robotic, or the meaning or the value of it isn't on the spiritual end. On the sacred end, on the self-loving end. Your spirit, your deep spirit is so glad that I'm doing this grounding technique, because you needed Samara. She's telling me I needed Samara to slow down so she could see this about herself, that she could access this wave of communication, that she could finally start choosing to love herself. She says, your deeper essence says, you are so beautiful. Samara, you are so beautiful. I want you to slow down, slow way down, and I want you to look at how beautiful you are. Slowing it down and really seeing your body, your face, your choice of physical self is so beautiful. There is a density that I'm experiencing, and it's very, how do I put it? It's happening around the face, around the head, on the shoulders, and the front. I feel like it could crust off or chunk off, kind of like compacted dirt, but it's staying here. It's like almost like a body armor in a weird way, but it's got a fragility to it. Like it could be very fragile. It's like it could chunk off, but it's really feels comfortable with it there. So why is that? Because for me, I could just bam, disappear. But there's meaning for why it is here, and we got to learn about that and help this deeper part of your consciousness. Yeah, obviously, we have one side that is really on the higher self, like the wisdom of the higher self, but is very much so still your deeper soul. And then the other side that's very human and kind of separated, going through more humanistic routines than this deeper part of yourself. So there's something going on here. We're going to learn some more stuff. Okay, so the deeper soul essence is actually taking this, what is like mud, and I mean, it's very hardened. It almost creates the shape of, it's not like a Jesus style cross. It's like more like a perfect northeast southwest, but the edges kind of come out like they kind of are thin at the beginning and then go outward, stretch out up and out, so almost like triangular. And so here's this mud, here's the head, and it kind of comes out around the shoulders and then comes down around the heart. This is creating a really big energy movement going on here. So you just gotta stretch this out. It's really rooted in here, and there's a lot of hurt and anger about it. And so I'm just allowing it to come out. It just is really like clenched and tight, and it doesn't want to let go of it. So just allow it to be as it is, and we continue to nurture. This is just a really deep rooted resistance, okay? I gotta kind of enact it because it's frequency movements going on here. I'm allowing this part of you to let it go. It's okay. In the heart and the throat region. But why is it so congested in the throat and like the chest and the heart? Like it's all very much so very congested here, and it's congested here, and it just I can't describe it any other way. It's just really clenched very tight here. And there's also a screaming effect with the resistance. I know it may seem over exaggerated, but this is an energy. This is an energy imbalance, and so energy imbalances are like this. I gotta slow this frequency on down. You just slow it on down. It's okay. It's okay. Because when things get tight or clenched and resist, we just slow the frequency down, and then it's like a fist that now is slowly opening up, okay? Like a flower to the sun. But we gotta slow it down so it can do that. This is pretty big deal here. This wise part of you, I don't know why she is not emanating that she's your higher self, because she really acts like your higher self. But she is saying, I'm part of your soul. So I just got to go with that. But she's really proud of you, and she knows how hard this is for you. It's weird because who is she talking to? You, Samara, on the conscious level, or you, Samara, on a deeper subconscious level? It's a version of you that's created this energy jam. slowly but surely. We're continuing to slow down the frequency, and it's starting to relax. And if I take this mud off here, your face, your shoulders, your chest, and it also is part of your heart too. What does your face look like on the other side of this? Because it's totally covering up your face. It just keeps showing me the image of a cross, but it's like perfect on all sides. It was same distance on all sides, and it comes to like a beautiful. I don't know, like a if I could just draw it, but it shows me it's like on your face, and then it shows me on your throat, and it shows me on your chest, but it also shows me that it covers your whole form. Just from like the heart portal up though, like a big massive one, but it really likes to echo this image. And it gets prettier, like there's jewels involved with it in the center, and then it likes to have jewels in part of the cross pieces, like the northeast southwest portions. It just likes to be really pretty and fancy. But this big chunk that's covering up your face, and you're hiding behind it. I gotta slow this frequency down even more. A part of me, a part of my, a part of myself is, which is also you, is just it's like there's too much like emphasis, there's too much expectation, there's too much demand, and that's got to slow down. That's got to slow way down. So instead of putting that demand into use to teach you about yourself, I'm just gonna you know what, it's demand, etc. I'm just gonna slow that down, and we're gonna go even beneath the surface of expectations and demands, and it's okay to take this off, and it's okay to do that. It's like something happening and you don't speak, but you're like in a shock. There's something stuck inside this. Uh, there's a root. It's rooted in here. It's not actually rooted in your third eye. It's rooted like right into the nose or something. A white thing goes into here. So when I pull this off, it's actually something very deep that just came out with it. And there was a shocked reaction from you about the removal of this, and everything is starting to come off. And there's these little white, very long. You could imagine it like a twisty tie, but it doesn't feel very good. It's more like a white root, and it's going into certain specific awkward places. And so it's just pulling out. When it pulls out, it's just like, but it comes out of these places, and these places are just like in shock about it, in shock about the removal of this. This is a really hardcore energetic creation or structure. Very dizzying, so I'm just letting that flow out. This is huge progress, but there's a lot more to do here. I don't even know where to begin. I don't have the language to describe half of what the energy feels like and how odd it looks at times. And this is the first time I've come across something of like, usually there's similar patterns, energy patterns to the way we build structure, and this is a unique thing of its own kind. So it's hard to really describe it. So this the dirty crosses are done, but there's still, I don't know what we're looking at here. It's not balanced. It's totally not balanced, but you could define it as, well, there's a head and a neck, shoulders, there's a chest and a heart, but it doesn't look balanced. Everything looks distorted, and it hurts. It feels like it hurts very bad. And there's anger. There's so much anger in here welling up deep beneath the surface, and it's clenching, and it screams, and it cries and it begs at the same time for to be released from this torment or this imprisonment. And it's like so much expression of suffering. And it's around the head. It's even in the back of the head and the back of the neck too, back of the shoulders, and it's all really from the heart upward. So I'm surprised there's not a emotional gut stuff going on here, but it's really emanating heart upward. So just keep going here. Just I'm just, there's just a reaction of just kind of letting energy out, I suppose you could say. Pushing off energy as well. Wanting to cry, now the tears aren't coming out. Feeling confused, disoriented. Feeling cursed even, but knowing it's not really a curse, it's just a suffering. Starting to relax is actually starting to clear out here. Just letting it all go. Still a great deal of heaviness. Energy, an energetic structure. The muddy crosses are not there. But what does this next thing look like? It just energy heaviness in this an orangish color. Again, in the exact same locations, it's like an energy structure that goes around the head, shoulders, even down the arms a bit. I feel it even in my fingers. But then you could imagine it as a really unusual shirt. It's an orange sweater, but it's like exposes the belly. But it's really tight fitted around the breasts, and then there's the heart here, and it's long sleeves, and it's orange. But then it's got a hoodie that goes all the way around the face too, and the back of the head and everything. It's orange. But it's very dense. It's very thick. So it's not thin material. It's like a thick energy that is still here. And it's like the face and this part of the body just molds together into a form, like into a jello mold. And it doesn't have eyes or nose or mouth. It's just a mold. It doesn't have the face. It's just a molding. This again is very dense and very overwhelming, and there's so much sadness and suffering associated with it. I see this deeper soul essence here. Reminds me again of a higher self, but is insisting it's a deep soul essence. But I'm like, you're her higher self, but okay, we're going to go with that. But she's very proud of this part of you's progress so far. It's all about healing some wound that restricts your ability to see how beautiful you are, to see how absolutely beautiful you are. But not only to see it, but to be it, to feel it, to know it, to know it, deeply know it. And it's not about this. It's not about this. I know it appears to be always about it, but it's not. It's actually such a rooted thing here that it feels so important, but it isn't. It actually is super not important. A lot of people would say, I guarantee if I looked more attractive, or if I would this or that, I would get a better job. If I was a hot chick, I would get a much better job, or whatever. It's like, okay, that's not what it's about. And it's even the better job, the whole thing, that conversation, we got to go way deeper, because it's about sacredness, holiness, love and light of all, enlightenment. It's about there's so much to creation. It's just so much to creation. And I'm bringing that truth because your soul has a depth to it that really is connected to like Mother Earth's as style energy and divine feminine, like very, 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 very grounded into divine feminine, like female creative forces. Really much so, like emanates that frequency, very much so. Like for me to endure all this heavy stuff, and it's like surreal, because at the same time I am experiencing absolutely lush and gorgeous gardens, vines, Garden of Eden style frequency emanations. And then this, it's like, what are we working with here? Now we can understand why this deep part of your soul is like, yeah, I am tired of this human who's obsessively working on being better. Like, there's something about the physical expression that you need to know how beautiful you are, because you are the Garden of Eden. You are that. And the frequency of you is who you are. I mean, when I go into the energy world, the frequency is who you are. Like, for me, I could talk to any consciousness in the universe, and it could look like anything it wants to look like. I can talk to a total scary demonic monster, but its frequency is as pure as the most wonderful stream you could ever imagine. And now you discover that it really is exactly the frequency and not what they were looking like, because they were testing you to see if you would be superficial or not. And then you get the opposite. The most beautiful, riveting, amazing looking things stink. They're like swampy, gross toads beneath the surface. They can't hide the frequency. No body in the spirit realm or even in the human world can hide the heart. Because in the end, you're either working with a frequency that is foul and disgusting, or you're working with a frequency that is like the Garden of Eden. And I'm telling you, Samara, you are working with a frequency that is like the Garden of Eden. It's very beautiful. It's extremely beautiful. And that is who you are. So I'm bringing this awareness to the surface so you feel it, okay? I know it's really easy in this world to be like, yeah, I get it, but I don't experience it, you know? Well, this energy work is going to help you actually experience it, not just get it, not just say, well, thanks, that was nice of you to say, but actually be like, I feel it. I'm actually feeling this way. And once you feel this way, now you're transformed, because you know the difference between where you were and who you truly are, and bringing that frequency out to all these parts of you, so you can be it, so you can breathe it, so you can really be it. Like, you get it. And it's on an awesome level. So let's see. Okay. So we're doing a lot of awesome energy work while I'm just talking away here. But there's a little anger shark coming out. And that's so normal, because we're doing so much energy to bring out the abundance of how beautiful you are and this frequency of who you are. And so there's always going to be resistance, because your totality isn't used to working with that at the forefront. It's used to having that deep down inside. I will hide that away. No, we aren't anymore, right? If you even said, I am the Garden of Eden, as you slow the frequency down and look at your beautiful face and beautiful body, and you actually look at yourself and you say that, you'd probably be like, God, yeah, I'm not the Garden of Eden, Abbey. You know, that's like taking it too far. No, it's not. You are the Garden of Eden. And it's not taking it too far. And you really need to honor the truth about yourself. Because if you don't honor the truth about yourself, you're always going to be less than who you are. I had an experience recently where I was asked to say I have a heart of gold, and it was like, all right, I have a heart of gold. That's kind of, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not like Mother Teresa, but they were like, no, Abbey, you have to honor who you are. Because in the end, I truly do care that much. I truly am trying that hard. I really want people to really understand the value of love, and to help the world to heal with love. So I do have a heart of gold, and I shouldn't have to find a way to explain it so I could give myself permission to say it. You know what I mean? That I could just say that, and then I could just honor the fact that that is who I am, and define myself as that, and now to be that and continue to be that every single day. And you don't need an explanation to give yourself permission to say that I am the Garden of Eden. You are it. So now you can just be it, okay? So a little anger pocket, that's you, that's like an ego thing, because ego is sensitive to stuff like this. Especially when ego is a part of the reason why we create these energy junks, because it's challenging to be human. We have free will to be human and egotistical and to get manipulated by a superficial world, or we could be our heart and be our souls and be our higher selves. And we're constantly working, fluctuating through. Am I human or am I spirit, you know? So when we choose spirit more than human, now ego gets vulnerable, because the ego says, but we live in a human world and we need to be like everybody else in order to fit in, etc. And we all do it. We all do this. We all struggle with this. And so that's okay. That's part of life. That's part of growing and learning and becoming an awesomer person than you were before. So and just ego heard me, and ego is quickly absorbing that conversation and allowing itself to just, it just wants to be at peace. Ego tells me I just want to be at peace very quickly. That surprises me, because ego is usually really hard-headed, but not in this case. Heart, we're really maximizing heart energy here, really empowering the heart, because everything else is just going into almost like you ever feel just so cozy you can't move? Like, I can't move. I've had these moments in my life, and your ego, like your mental body, your throat, everybody except your heart, everybody's just like going into this love coma and just like, I can't move and I'm not going to. And the heart is like, love, love. It just keeps emanating this energy, which is so fragrant and so wonderful and so pleasing. And so they're all just going into this hypnosis, this love hypnosis, and they're just relaxing and just allowing the heart then to be at full throttle. Love. Love is so beautiful. And you, Samara, too, are so beautiful. It's so cool how I get to feel that about you. It's wonderful. It's really lovely. Okay, we gotta go into it. This is difficult. Whatever this is difficult. I see you, and then we turn you to the side, and there's something like boxy again with the mud that's like a hardened surface. It's kind of connected to the spine, and it's like the lower head, and it goes down to the hips, like you could say just the lower spine. It's so easy to crumble off of here, though. Like, it could easily crumble off any minute, but it's there. There is somebody here, some sort of emanation of love here, some consciousness. Has no face and no form, really. Any child could draw this type of angel image. It's just a white outline of a head, and there's some wings outlined into some white light. This angel, he's saying that, what if everybody in the world did not have a face? And what if everybody in the world no longer had a form, like breasts, or male gender or female gender, and they were just sort of like the outline of a body, and then just the outline of a head. We wouldn't know what they looked like, and they didn't need to wear clothes anymore because they have no gender to hide, and now they can just be their heart. And what would the world be like if you, Samara, started to see the world as just a bunch of people with no faces and just bodies with no gender, and to discover that we're living in a world full of spirits, and spirits with no faces cannot judge your face, because you can also be one of these too, that just we're just our hearts, we're frequencies of our unique versions of love that we are, and we just emanate our sound like a gong, and everybody can hear the sound that is uniquely different, that comes from you, and the sound that comes from anybody, totally unique. And we can tell. So we aren't looking at people's faces in order to define their worth or value or their gender. We're looking at their heart and their soul. He's giving you a gift, and this is a very unusual energy upgrade type of download. But the download is we live in a world full of spirits that have no faces and no genders. And you too are one of these. And now we are working with heart. And it is our heart that is the only thing that is real about us, because our heart is our soul. So that's what defines our frequency, our light, our sound. And the more you get away with defining, get away from, the specifics of what creates a face or what creates a body and what creates a certain gender identity, the further you can get away from all these little details, the more you can be your soul, he says. And when you are your soul, now you are the Garden of Eden. And that is who you are. Anger is coming up from deep down, actually beneath the feet, believe it or not. That's a bit of a weird place for anger to come out. And it's pretty angry. It's like a saber-toothed tiger with big claws, and it just like this. It's really clenched, and it's spiteful, and it hurts very bad, and it clenches at the throat, and it clenches in the heart, and it just keeps doing that. Pretty clenched here. So I'm allowing it to circulate. We're circulating the frequencies. That's okay. My anger, it's a lot of anger, and just stretching the energies out, okay? In the back of the head here, okay? And the neck, and then back behind the heart portal. It's gonna loosen up here. Alright. We gotta go into a new scene. This new scene is like a boxing match, and there's cussing involved, so we're gonna fuck someone up here, and like I'm telling you, the need to punch a punching bag, not actually somebody, it's like a punching bag, so you're not trying to hurt anybody, you're just mad, and you're just mad, and you just punch, and you just keep punching this punching bag. This part of you that is so angry and clenched up is just punch, like I'm telling you, full force punches. And you could even like a crazed gorilla grab this punching bag and just rip it off of this hanging thing and then throw it against the wall, and now you're gonna start destroying this place, because you're also a saber-toothed tiger. So your nails are getting super long, and your face is morphing into this crazed monster, and you're ripping and slashing everything apart and screaming and just so angry, so angry. This is really deep stuff here. Wherever this anger is coming from, man, it's not just this lifetime. It's something really, this sound of it and its location, believe it or not, it's kind of a softer space, but where it's coming from, but it's a long time ago, and it's just bellowing out, and I feel like it's also coming through in this lifetime in order to get this up and out of your soul, because it doesn't need it anymore. It's old stuff. It's really old stuff. All right. Anger is still ripping and shredding everything. This angel is patiently waiting, as well as your higher self, which is just your deep soul here. Okay. is really turning in the heart a lot right now, and emotional gut is really being activated here. And I don't know what's falling out of the head. Something's falling out of the head. I feel like I'm way oversized or overgrown. I'm really tall, actually. I'm like a 60-foot tall or something person. That I seem to have really long, a lot longer arms and really long legs and a smaller torso. So I'm really odd. I'm like a mantis person, a praying mantis person or something. Let me see what happens here with this. It's really getting things kicked up and moving here in the emotional gut, the upper gut and the lower gut region and the heart. Okay. Just a moment. Another weird caked off thing is just sliding off of you. Just, I mean, it's go like it's as a plopping, floppy noise. And I feel it. I feel it. And now it's happening off of the backside, and it's again like an orangish crush or orange, I don't know, like a slushy or a smoothie or something. It's the dirt on the back is turning into an orange like mudslide or something. So it's just sliding off, and it's also whatever came off of the front too. And beneath it is just a fresher, cleaner, baby-like version, like baby soft skin version. Like you're like a newborn baby underneath this. And you're like coughing and trying to breathe. You are suffocating under all that energy. You're like, wow. Wow. And so a little delirious in the head. Oh, like you're very sleepy feeling. You're actually saying, where am I? Where was I? I don't know what just happened. Angel is giving you some sort of drink of water. You are very grateful for this drink of water, and you cry. I mean, you are crying, and you are just, but you don't feel the suffering. I mean, you don't. And these tears are just like the suffering isn't there, and what is happening, and am I saved? Like it's like a lot of, and like thank you, and who am I? And there's just a lot of intermixing emotions here as there's just tears streaming and streaming and just like gorging. Okay. Okay, anger is coming back to the surface. It's actually coming out of the heart. It's a saber-tooth tiger that's angry, and the saber-tooth tiger is now looking directly into the version of you that is crying all of this out. The saber-tooth tiger is approaching you and is basically face to face with you. And the saber-tooth is thinking about taking the big paw and basically slapping you with it. It kind of feels male, like a male gender that is controlling, but also, let me just watch here. Everything's pausing out. Is this some sort of eye-to-eye challenge? Is he telling you what to do? Is he mad at you for something? Because you're wanting to be yourself and to be different. But he never does hit you on the face, and he never tackles you, and he never rips you apart. He just sort of stays right where he is. And he is actually getting softer and softer and softer, and he's starting to turn into like a fluff ball of light, like a cotton ball, but it's light and it's very soft to the touch. And you pick up this soft feeling and you tell it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything that you have been through. I am so sorry. It feels like a part of your soul. It feels like a part of you somehow. not like a real person in your life. Maybe there's a real person in your life that is like this, but this is you actually expressing I'm sorry to what is like yourself. And this ball is very precious, very something very precious. I can experience it the more that I look at it and then feel it. Something very precious about this. And it's time for you to receive this gift. And the angel says this gift is love. And it's like it wants to come into your heart, but you aren't letting it in just yet, which it's a gift of love. You're not letting the love into your heart just yet. This is also a part of some of how the hurt has transformed part of you into this angry, wild tiger. But the wild tiger is not, it doesn't have to be angry. It can be soft and it can be light and it can be love. And it's bringing you into balance. It's bringing you into balance. Maybe there's a part of you, believe it or not, and this is just speculation because they're not telling me what this is. I'm just feeling out the frequencies. But sometimes we work more with our male side in order to survive this world, and sometimes we work more with our female side to survive this world. There are times in my life where I didn't realize it, but I had to be so, like, I had to take care of myself for years and years, and I felt like I was the male part of myself. You know, as a female, it's like it's traditional for the man to take care of the woman kind of thing. So I did it. It was actually brought to my attention by the spirit realm that I was my male side was taking care of me, so my female side could heal. And so my female side was really far back, while the male side was really loud and up front. But now my gender balance, my energy gender balance is starting to come to balance. So my female sides can become softer and strong at the same time, strong and soft. And so I don't have to just be all strong male, getting it all done, like a I don't know, like a career woman who's really intent on being the vice president of a company or something. Like there's something about a woman in charge could be like a man sometimes. But I had to take charge of my life, and I was really working with my male side to do that. And it wasn't soft at all. It was hard. It was hard work, and it was devoted and dedicated, but male feeling. Anyway, that's just another speculation that maybe some part of your life is you taking care of you, and like our traditional society, the man takes care of the woman kind of thing. But our society is like, we have the power as women to be soft, and through our softness we are beautiful, and we are stronger this way. Actually, we are very strong this way. But a lot of the world says you have to be hard in order to survive this world. So the soft side of our female essence isn't always what we emanate. And we're kind of off balance because of that. So there's something here about the male tiger energy that is soft now and is turning into a gift of love to enter into your heart, to bring balance. This angel loves you very much and gives you a big hug, and he's very proud of you for everything you have done and everything you have been through in your life. And he's just so proud of you. He actually gives you a bouquet of flowers, and he wants you to smell how beautiful they smell, not to look at them, to smell them, to experience beauty in a different way. A way that you didn't experience it before. He says you are beautiful. And all this is like kind of melting your heart, and you are actually starting to absorb in these gifts of love. And again, you're just crying, like you're streaming. There was a little bit of a pause because there was intensity when the tiger was approaching, but it's relaxing. It's just everything is so soft and it's so gentle now. Again, I'm exploring the grounding energy, and how this slowing down the frequency is allowing you to access who you truly are, to see yourself as who you truly are. and to see all the beauty that exists in between everything else that this world is about in this extremely fast-paced experience. Just slowing it down more and allowing that grounded energy to be you. Just slowing it down. It's getting a lot. It's just like, it's so well rounded in here, and it feels so light. It feels so much lighter. It feels like way movable. Like I could do some aerobics right now and not be like a stiff person that has been stuck in my chair for 10 years working in a cubicle. Like I've been doing aerobics for the last 10 years and I do it 5 hours a day. Like I feel limber and movable and like yoga-y and stretchable. Like I feel like I can move it and groove it. And that's how your energy field feels. Before it was just like a lot of clenching, a lot of resistance, a lot of deep old energy junk in there, and now it's not there. Now we can breathe. Now we can start to discover who we are. Now we can start to be who we are. Now we can start to emanate who we are. Now we are who we are, right? Now you are who you really are. Yeah, you are definitely feeling so much better. So you can see how this session really ignites that heart frequency and the love frequency and the self-love frequency. And all of this love is accessing the infinite connection, which is a psychic connection. We would define it as a psychic connection, as a healing connection, as a spirit connection, as all of that. And it comes from that vast love and the beauty that we are within ourselves is who we truly are. So that's all for this session, Samara. This is really special and I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect here from your spiritual atmosphere. So I'm just pushing you away like an orb and just coming out. There's your orb, and then I'm just going back to my body here and then just disconnecting now fully from Samara's spiritual atmosphere. So I can feel more of my body. Okay. That's all I can share. Thank you so much for being willing to share this with others. I love it when we can be a part of the collective. Like this experience can be collective too. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in connecting with me for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you all again for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful day.